All right. Good morning, everybody. It is I, the one and only Warrior Junior, here for another educational episode. And, you know, I'm going to talk, I love to talk about recent, today. Let's not talk about years ago. Let's not talk about, I remember, 1985, 1991. I have a friend. He's a chronic alcoholic. He's a great guy though, but he'll sit there and just nurse his little light beer all day and just talk about 1985 when he worked at Northrop or so, like it's today, like it's 1985, and a great dude and everything, but you notice there's people out there like that just talk about 1993 like it's right now, like it's going on. Dude, it's 2025 into 2025, 2026. If anything, you should be talking about now and forward. The past is the wake of life, man. I mean, you want to reflect and look at some pictures sometimes, all right, but God, if you're living in the past, boy, you are you're not in the present. I mean, that's all I can say. That's man, I'm always looking forward to things. Not literally looking forward to things. Not thinking too much about. I think next year is my 35-year high school reunion. And I'm not going to tell you where I went, but I'm in Los Angeles, and I don't. I'm always looking forward to things. I talk about the bodybuilding show. That's forward. I'm talking about the run, Big Bear Run next month. That's forward. Everything is forward. Now and forward training. I'll reflect about a couple hours ago that I went to the park at 2-3 in the morning and ran the steps 60 times up, 60 times down. Yesterday I did 100, which killed me. I mean, what I'm doing right now is I'm soaking a tea bag in the hot water. So that's right. I get just doing multitasking right now. I'm a big fan of teas. I like tea. Trader Joe's, they make this chai spice tea that's really good. I'm out of it right now, but the I got this other Trader Joe's citrus berry, which is pretty good. Um, I just, as I get older, I love um, healthy, natural foods. I just, man, it's like, no, no, it's so amazing. Like, I equate this to being a car. When you're young, you can put garbage fuel in. It tastes good. Pizza and In-N-Out burgers and McDonald's and Wendy's and Arby, whatever the fucking garbage. It all tastes good. Jack in the Box. Yeah, you're gonna get older, dude. You're gonna get older, and let me tell you, those valves are gonna get clogged, and you're gonna need a mechanic, a doctor. Like, think is gonna fix you. Oh my god, it's so amazing that what I know has no value except to me. It has value to me, but not to most of society. They don't give a shit. The people that don't care about their health, they don't care anyway. The young people, it hasn't nothing has affected them yet, so they don't care anyway. So what you got are people that don't care on top of people that don't care. And why should I care? That's how it is, because no one's paying me, no one listens. As you can see, nobody listens to what I have to say. So who cares really? Just care, but be selfish, care about yourself. Fuck everybody. Stuff's great. Stuff's awesome. Oh, man. Like tea, natural ways to do shit, dude. Natural fucking ways. So I call this the episode, the weak-minded thing, and now, of course, we're gonna lead into this. as I was training on the steps again, it's just so amazing that these young people, as I mentioned, where I train, there's these nightclubs on the perimeter, and these people they'll go up the steps sometime. They won't. There were people that were sitting on the steps. I noticed a couple, a gay guy or something. I don't know what the hell. And then one person's holding them, like, and this guy's had his head down, like the world's coming to an end. Probably his boyfriend left him or whatever, drunk, from the club or whatever. And there's guys, and I don't give a flying shit, but I can feel the weakness. It's so amazing. It's like this person holding them, and this guy's head down, and I say to myself, God, what a fucking pussy. That they first off, you need somebody like, woe is me, and this person is, oh, I understand you. God, fucking just shows you when you don't got a strong mind built through, finding a way to strengthen your mind. I listened to David Goggins. He found his way. I found my way. And most people don't find their way. They're all dependent on other people. They cry like little bitches because the world's not going their way because they're depending on other people. So, it just reminds me that, like, you know, I don't fucking care about you. I don't need you. You're not going to do the work for me, and then you don't need me anyway. So it's like a wash, It's like, why do you need other people? You need these things because you're such weak-minded that you can't cope. Like, you haven't built any strength in your mind to be able to deal with adversity, tenacity, or any difficulties that life throws your way. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's what it is. Now, I'm going to take it a step further. They left, those people. They got up eventually, because it gets cold, 2, 3 in the morning. And, you know, most people are built for, not built to be uncomfortable. I am. Um, I'm running with my shirt off, at 3 in the fucking morning, you know, body covered in sweat, snot coming out of my nose. It's great, dude. It's awesome. It's fucking, because the natural endorphins, like these people, they're going to the clubs, they got to get drunk, smoke, they got to put toxins in their body. I know I was the same way, dude. I drank beer all the time and everything, and that was my fake high. I didn't get it. I didn't get it because I was a lazy fucking piece of shit. I'm sorry that I was sitting in the bar watching the TVs, hoping to meet a chick, hoping somebody's gonna save me. Dude, that is the biggest crock of shit. That if you're not working on yourself, you're not becoming nothing. Ain't no one gonna save you. Yeah, if you're a hot chick or whatever, like that's one thing. But it's so amazing. It's so fucking amazing when you take the initiative. Now, let me tell you, this is not fucking easy because now you're challenging the narrative. You're going off on your own with nobody there, just you doing your shit, and it is, let me tell you, dude. There's like about where I go to this park. There's like 3 levels of steps, and they go. I'm trying to think. 17. I would say a good 55 steps to the top, 55 down. I did it 60 times. Up and down is one. 60. Yesterday, 100. Okay. I told you I was pissing out blood, like dark pee or whatever. If they say is it kidneys or whatever, you know what? I feel fine. So whatever. But let me tell you something, dude. A warrior, it's forged in difficulty. The success, it's forged in discomfort. You can listen to all this shit on YouTube, and these guys, you just take a consensus of all this stuff these guys talk about. Machiavelli and David Goggins. There's one ThinkMate. It's all the uploaded, the talk. The pretty, it's not pretty shit. It's the shit that really, really sucks. But I can assure you, if you do this shit on your own, not for anybody else, but just you, and you do the shit that really sucks, dude, you will build a calloused mind of individual strength and power that you do not need anyone. And it is amazing. Let me tell you something. And I'm telling you, when you really are dead serious and not acting and doing this kind of shit, people fucking notice. Now, I'm going to tell you, and I don't give a fuck if they notice. I wouldn't say it to the face because I just tired of getting into altercations and confrontations while I am forging ahead. So I'm doing the steps, and then this other couple or whatever, I don't know, is a gay guy with a woman. I don't know what the fuck. They went to the top of the stairs, and you know, I, again, I'm doing my thing, and what I do is when I get to the top, it's like that's a lap, a half of a fucking thing. So I'll go like, okay, 11 and a half, and then go down 12. So I'm constantly reminding myself where I'm at. And I knew somebody's gonna say something to me like, "Good job, but how many is that?" Like they just can't fucking help themselves. They have to fucking interject into your. They see the snots coming out your nose, the body's covered in sweat. You're grinding. They have to like get your attention somehow, like for whatever fucking reason, or make themselves known that they approve of what you're doing. I could fucking give a fucking dog shit about what you think, good or bad. I don't care. I don't. I say you do not exist to me. You do not exist. I'm there by myself in my mind. I don't give a fuck how hot the chick is. I don't even look. Okay? That's strength. If that ain't strength, what the fuck is? What the fuck is, man? If that's not strength. So the chick, like, I think I was up to number 25 or something. And the chick, she goes, "You are amazing. You're incredible." And I just ignored, just kept going. And then like I kind of start talking to myself, but not it's like, and I say the same thing I'm saying here. You are out here by yourself. Do not give any of these people any attention whatsoever. Focus. Then a group shows up, and it was like, I don't know, 5 or 6 chicks or whatever. You can see it in my peripheral. And I know I could hear you go, good job, go, you whatever. And I said the same thing, not to them, focus, Mike. Do not even look at them. They do not exist. They have absolutely no value to me, none. And I guarantee you, psychologically, they are like, well, who the fuck is this guy? He's not even looking at us. He's not giving us any attention. He's not giving anybody attention. He's just grinding. And I think I told you this. When I'm running, I've got a pair of workout gloves on, and I'm holding my mace in a belt loop, it's in a package, like it's in my hand. I mean, I can open up the package and take the mace. It's a small mace, mace thing, just in case somebody comes up to me and tries to fuck with me. I can immediately just boom, I'm right there with it. Like Get the fuck out. And I probably wouldn't even say anything. I would just point the mace right at them, showing them, you fuck with me when I'm running, you are going to get it in the face, dude. I mean, when I'm training in the park, it's well lit, the steps and everything, but you fuck with me when I'm working my ass off. It is time to for you to suffer, and I mean that mace is really, that pepper spray is no fun. Believe me, I'm not going to stop and reason with you until you and ask you nicely to please leave me alone. You fucking get up on me when I'm fucking, working my ass off, and try to fuck with me for a second. That mace is coming right fucking out, motherfuckers. Zero, um, zero fucking mercy. Because I would never fucking do that. Fuck with somebody when they're training. But it's different because, like, it's not like on the rings where it's dark at night and stuff. You could see me clearly. Just my whole body's covered in sweat, working my ass off. And so far nobody has tested me yet. And that's good. That's good. Why do you go out there so early when the clubs let out 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and do it? People are out there. Well, you know what? It's my substitute behavior. You have to understand. I have spent literally 30 years, 30 going out dancing at nightclubs and bars. Okay. I spent my entire fucking life just about doing that. Okay. And I'm trying to break not trying, successfully breaking a wasted, destructive, not as destructive, but a worthless, attention seeking thing that leads nowhere. That just is doesn't matter. It got me punched in the face at a bar in February dancing. It just is nothing. The worthless attention. You're really good, man. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I never did. And now, at my age, I am in my 50s. I'm part of a different generation than people that weren't even alive when I was dancing on stage. They weren't even born yet. There were no cell phones and anything. So it's just better. And what happens is what David Goggins talks about is fucking amazing. And, I can see he's not full of shit because I see it myself. If you first off, most people ain't going, they're not going there. It's too hard. It's too fucking hard to go and blaze your own path alone. These people are all dependent on each other, like the crab mentality. The crabs in the bucket where it pulls them back down to stay at their own thing. I call them anchors. They're anchored down. It's like this guy that I know that's got this. He brings this fucking guy, got all these health complicate, to the gym with him. His anchor, he's just. And then he's got this another drug addict friend that's got these dogs. I have to go take care of the. Yeah, because you're fucking dependent on all these worthless people. Think about it. Do you really need anybody? You don't. And it's the power that you have when you don't need anybody, when you're not dependent on anybody, because the only person you can control is yourself. And most people just don't get that. They're codependent, they're needy, they're desperate. Listen, man, I know I was too. When I was young, I went out there looking. Let me find somebody. Let me meet somebody. Let me there ain't nobody out there. The problem is you. It's not going out there trying to find something, because there ain't shit out there. It's a waste of fucking time. If you want to be a real fucking man, and I mean real, and you are like starting from nothing, and I mean nothing, then you better like start just working on yourself. That's the one thing you can control. If you're not working out every day, why? Because you're fucking lazy. I say 2, 3 in the fucking morning. I'm running fucking car, working on my weakness, my cardio. I'm not that good. I want to be fucking badass. I don't want to be okay. I don't want to be mediocre. I want to be badass. And to become a badass, that means you are going to have to sacrifice everything, all. And most people will not do that. They will not. They got to hang around their loser friends. They got to hang around these people. They got to go and try to waste time watching sports. They got to go to the bars. They got to go worthless. All worthless, dude. All fucking worthless. Listen, I got a couple of good friends, and my friend Ruben, he's going to Akron, and whatever, and I hung out with him for a couple hours last night, but that's the extent because I was so sore after running whatever. Okay, a couple hours, but listen, man, it's time. Like I look at it that if I got time, either I'm doing one of three things. I'm thinking about how I can improve my financial situation. I'm thinking about how I can complete my doctorate degree and my educational, keep working on education and knowledge, and then the third is the physical. And that's all that goes through my mind is how can I create the baddest fucking dude. So when I do the natural Olympia, when I do the fucking the marathon or whatever, like I am the definitive, in my opinion, the definitive example of somebody in their 50s. And see that's the problem. People just look at you and they're like, well, you know, yeah, he looks okay. Dude, can you do a handstand on your fingertips? I don't think so. Can you do the human flag? I could do all these things, motherfucker. Can you run till the fucking sun comes out? I mean, I'm talking about fucking being a fucking badass, okay? Not just a thuggy, dumb idiot that walks around thinks they're tough. That ain't fucking tough, motherfucker. I'll put you up there in the 30 degrees in Bakersfield. You will freeze your ass off like a little bitch, okay? None of you people will do it. None. Only real fucking tough motherfuckers. They're crazy. No, they're not crazy, dude. They're just tough, okay? And most people ain't fucking tough. Most people ain't shit, okay? It's just that all those people that I saw tonight, they're weak fucking minded. They're weak minded, hanging around their friends, artificial high, drunk. One guy goes, I'm okay to drive. He hasn't already sit on the steps for a fucking hour or whatever. And then they're watching a real fucking warrior like me to train. They're seeing what a real fucking man is compared to the fucking pussies that these people half my age are. It is so pathetic. The bar is so low. I forget who said it. Said it's so easy to become great nowadays. Now, do not be misconstrued. People think what great is like, oh man, look at it on Instagram. He's got millions of people watching, so that makes them great. A celebrity or whatever. That ain't fucking great, dude. That's a great fucking BS person that used psychological manipulation. They're great at using psychological, ways to get you to watch me. I don't want any fucking buddy watching me. I don't give a fuck if they watch or not. I don't give a fuck because I don't give a fuck about them. But they need the attention. That's why they're fucking trying to get it when I'm running or doing anything. They have no fucking idea. There were like 8 chicks there, 6 to 8 chicks. I saw these two faggots, whatever, go by. You're trying to hit on them, whatever, like that. I could see they're doing a generic thing. They're all fucking needy, 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 hoping to meet somebody, hoping to connect, hoping. Listen, I was one of those fucking pussies, the idiot too, thinking that that's the way. Oh yeah, approach, approach, approach. Just walk around, talk to tons of women. Like hunt it, do it. Daddy, you ain't shit, dude. You are low, 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 low on the totem pole, the lowest hanging fruit. You think you're gonna get something for nothing in this world, something of value. You ain't gonna get shit because you have not. Now there's people, whatever, that. But I'm talking about me. I'm talking about myself. That the sense of entitlement, thinking that you could just walk around and, oh yeah, it's not a big deal. These people that hang around the boulevard, I seen them at night. They're all just wasting time, wasting time. It's my God. Wait till it adds up. Holy shit! It is like your car, your body, as a vehicle. They're 25 years old, it's still running efficiently, whatever, like that. But wait till they fucking get into their 30s, God, 40, 40, and they keep putting in garbage, putting in garbage. They are going to be in serious, serious deep shit. I'm 51, okay? And, it doesn't matter, like, well, I'm saying, like, you cannot stop time. Father Time is undefeated. But the thing is, if you take care of yourself, like an absolute, I mean, really, really keep yourself in first class condition, you can weather the storm that's coming. Like you can offset generally a lot of serious health problems. Time will go, but the thing is, there's an immense difference, an immense difference of being in absolute first class condition as you get older and not being. I mean, if you're relying on just genetics, you're going to fall apart. Um, it will not save you. There's no fucking way, because the human body, the organism needs to be worked. The muscles need to be worked. You walking, exercising, your cardiovascular, all this shit. I mean, it takes a lot of time, in your life to um, to upkeep and to make, and you can make progress even. I mean, I'm telling you, I can do, like, it's hard for me to get on the fingertips on the handstand, but I can get one palm down with the other hand on the fingertips. And I'm always looking to improve. I'm always looking to find new exercises and say, oh, this is kind of interesting for lower abs. All right, because when you're on stage, when you're in a bodybuilding show, you can't. There's nothing to hide. You're putting yourself out there, and if they see fat on you, they're like, well, how come this guy? Like, what's wrong here? What you're supposed to be a definitive example of what's humanly possible. Now, the problem herein lies that the human body, the male, I'm speaking about the male body, it's not meant to look impressive. It's meant to be efficient. And the problem is that because we're living in such a synthetic era with the prevalence of anabolic steroids, and all these kind of things that um, it's been around for quite a while. Guys, they take whatever, and it's like, wow, look at that physique. Yeah, well, you know what? It's fooling everybody, but it's not fooling me. So, when I do a natural bodybuilding show, I realize that, it's that there's no such thing as big and cut, And the federation I'm with, I've talked about this many times, that, they're a questionable organization. with regards to cheating and everything like that. And that's why I stay in the amateur category because it, you're not going to change that, and that's okay. Like it's okay that, but it's kind of cool that my age group, there's only like a couple years ago in the 40 to 49, there were 7 people, and or 6 or 7, I think, or 8, I forget, 6 to 8 or something, and I got last. But the thing was, here I am representing the United States. There were only 2 or 3 guys besides me in the whole country representing the United States, and I was one of them. Okay. And in the grandmaster category, there, who knows how many from this, there's not many. So the thing is that, you know, I realize all of this. I understand bodybuilding is, speculative, the judges, thing. But if I come in as lean as I can, I know I will be dangerous, very, very dangerous, because it is a quintessential example of, I notice like there's a big difference between somebody in their 40s and somebody in their 50s, a very big difference. There is a potential span of 19 years of difference if you're 40 to 59. And when I did the masters, I was 49, and there were some guys in their 40s and they looked very sharp. And I was happened to be on stage when they brought on the guys that were 50 to 59, and I noticed a world of difference. And I said to myself, wait, I can hold my own against the people that are older here, because the body is changing now. Now I have seen guys. There was one guy. I got second place in the Southern California bodybuilding championship. It was like a Hawaiian guy, Asian guy, or something. He was very sharp. I think he turned pro a year ago, but he competed as an amateur. He just thought easy pickings, and he's right. I lost. I got second place. He wound up winning. He tried to talk to me backstage, but I was just so agitated, by having somebody just come in there and just blow me away. Like I mean, that was like my seventh show or eighth show, and it's hard because you keep thinking, man, I'm putting in a shitload of time. You're putting in a shitload of time, and then that guy shows up, and then but he should have been a pro. He is a pro already. Why are you still staying amateur? Because they don't want to step up. They don't. And I know because I've seen the pros. These guys, they're juicing. They're at the natural level. They are cheating, and that's fucked up, dude. That's fucked up. But I think I can take I know 50 to 59. What sucks is the pro division. There is no 50 to 59 age group. It's a 40 plus, and if by some means I do win, my division, they let you turn pro. You can compete the next day as a pro. But I won't, because I know, I know what's in the 40 to 40 plus category, um, classic physique. They cheat immensely, immensely. So it's just bullshit. It really is. But you know what? The experience, and then going to Vegas quickly, and um, not to gamble but to compete, and then getting the fuck out of there and going back to San Bernardino to run the marathon. It's kind of cool, like. And I look at that's challenging the narrative, doing shit that's uncomfortable. When you're standing out there, I'm telling you, that Big Bear fucking run. I sent an email to David Goggins. He never messaged me back, but I invited him. I said, dude, you could do the bodybuilding. You compete a week before, and then you could do the Olympia and classic physique. And then go with me and do the Big Bear thing, and that would be shit for him. 26 miles for that guy, but telling you, when you're out there in 30 degrees for that hour, waiting for the marathon to start, those buses leave at like 3:30 in the morning, 4:30, and they get you the drop off point, and you're waiting there. It could be up to 2 hours, and it is cold. But they got this light going, they got some music going, but it's it's fucked up, dude. It's fucked up. But but you will experience a new definition of pain and suffering. It's the best. It's the best. It's not this sadomasochism, the fucking looking for pain thing. It's not like that. It's the power of the mind to callous the mind, because then once that shit's done and you've done shit like this, it's like whatever life throws at you, it's like that's nothing, like because you done hard ass shit. To me, that's what it takes to um, become something like your best version of yourself. It's that sucky shit, like I did 100 steps yesterday and then 60 today. I thought I was going to be sore. I mean, I was pretty sore um, earlier today, but I laid down, and then when I said, you know what? I think I can go at this again. I don't think it's like I'll be sore for a week. I fucking no, I went back up there. I did 60 more today, so I said I think I can control all of this and not let some little weak psychological bullshit like you're sore, you're in pain, woe is me. No, dude, get out there, get fucking out there, and stop hanging around people. Like just stop hanging around people. I'm telling you, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time because it's like it's an anchor that's holding you down for the most part. All of these things are just worthless anchors that are all unnecessary. They really are all unnecessary. If you really think about it, they're really keeping you from becoming the best version of yourself. I am very sorry to say. And most people, I hate to say it, but most people will never challenge the norm. They won't, because their minds are too weak. They can't. They cannot. Like when I was running those steps, and all those people eventually they all left. They all left. I knew it. I said I'm gonna be the only one here at the end, and I knew I was. And because they're sitting there, they're getting cold. The alcohol's either is kicking in, wearing off, kind of thing. That there's no music. It's the club thing, and then they're getting hungry. Like whatever the toxins in their body. It makes them uncomfortable. They just don't get it, dude. I'm running on a natural high, doing my thing, thinking about how I'm becoming better. And that's what they call taking souls. That's what he said, taking souls. And that's what I said, that I'm taking souls, motherfucker. I'm taking souls. I made sure to say it, that I just did not want anybody to hear it or come at me, because they could, it's worthless. But in a way, like, they're not becoming, but I am. I'm taking soul. I'm taking their power. They're getting weaker as I'm getting stronger. They just don't get it. They don't understand the strength from suffering, what it is. They're wasting their time. They go in these faggot bars, these places. They're just trying to escape through for it's a complete waste. It's a complete fucking waste. I spent 30 years literally thinking that, oh yeah, this is where you go, man. This is how you're gonna get attention from women while you're dancing, and they're gonna want you and everything. Listen, there are some places, they're far away. It's kind of fun to go out and dance. I'm not discounting that. I'm not negating it, but for the most part, it's a big waste of time. It's just a complete waste of time. You're going to get false hope that people, yeah, wow, you're really good, man, you really, from people that can't do anything for you. They have no value for you. I mean, a woman comes up to you, she goes back to her girlfriends or guy friends she's with. I've seen this over decades. It's a complete waste. You're wasting your fucking time, and then you're drinking, so you're putting toxins in your body. You're getting this fake kind of euphoric high. Yeah, I'm having a great time, man. Oh, and then after, let me go smoke a doobie or cigarette, whatever. Oh, it sets off the brain mechanism. It sets off, you fucking idiot. Oh, and then God help if they're not doing any drugs, ecstasy or whatever the hell. Oh, yeah, man, this is living. Then you're gonna come down. You're gonna the Magic Mountain, the Colossus, the fucking, or Free Fall, even better. They used to have a thing called, what was it called? Not Pitfall, but it was called it was a ride at Magic Mountain. It's basically just a straight drop, a straight fucking drop to hell. And this is what these people, that's what they're doing to themselves. They're going, they're taking all this shit, they're getting this artificial, thing, and then guess what happens? Like Cinderella, the fucking music stops playing. It all comes to an end, and then they walk around. "Well, I gotta keep this party started, keep it going." You can't keep it going, dude. You can't, because you're living in a menagerie. You're living in a false delusion of escapism, that you think that, like, you think what you're doing is escaping reality, but you're not. And by putting in the fake, putting in the to get the high somehow, instead of saying, you know what, why don't I use this time, instead of going out there and then putting poison in my body to try to cope with, or hope to meet, hope that this happens and hope that happens and hope I have fun here and instead of doing all that, why don't you take that fucking time and create a better version of yourself? And I'll tell you why you won't. Because it's hard and it's tough. You don't have to run the steps like I do. You don't have to doing. But most people, most, almost all, will choose the path of least resistance. They won't do anything. They're not gonna write. They're not gonna fuck. They're gonna sit and watch TV. They're gonna go to a movie, go to a restaurant, sit with their friends, and have fun. Food, eating is fun. It's pathetic, is what it is. It's garbage. Restaurants. Why? Do you need these people? You need to be around people? You need this? Why? You know what I had was, before I went on my run, and I woke up, I have the comfort of sleep whenever I get up, whenever I want. Oh yeah, it was something called freedom, which most of you do not have. Um, it's amazing. You live in the freest country in the world, but most of you are enslaved by it. Look on the back of the dollar bill and really just think about you and your life and what you, I have to do. No, you choose to do it, dude. You choose to do. You choose to be imprisoned. It's amazing. I choose not to be. But the thing that's interesting was that, where was I going with this? So I got up and eating clean, uh, regular garbanzo beans I try to rinse off any of the salt. I know there's some salt in it. Try to get it as um, one can of sardines in water, and then the sunflower kernels. A handful, two handfuls. Natural energy. Garbanzo beans, is a low glycemic, slow burning fuel. It's like that shit's $1 a can. The fucking sardines, $1. I got it from Amazon, $1 a fucking can. The sunflower kernels, that's like that bag. It's got a good amount in there, and that's whatever, $3, $2, $3. There's this beet juice. Different companies make. Evolution makes this Ruby Roots. Be kind of pricey. Like even when it's on sale, up to $4. Trader Joe's red juice, about $4. I drink about a half a bottle of it, so I get two servings in there. Okay, so $2 before I go on this run or workout and stuff. And dude, I just fucking kill it. I fucking kill it. Running on clean ass fuel, clean ass fucking fuel. Now, when I'm done with the run, I am depleted. It is takes a lot out of me. And they make this electrolyte powder at Whole Foods. It's like one scoop is like 30 scoops, and there's like $20. Uh, in about a half a cup, 8-ounce water. I'll put in afterwards. But you know, I'm telling you, man. I mean, this is the way to go. The way to go is to challenge the norm. And if you don't, I will tell you something. If you do not challenge the norm in any endeavor in life, if you're not breaking free, then you're just a sheep that's enslaved, hanging around the friends, these young people just wasting fucking time. And then when I see the depression, because what happens is you putting all these toxins in your body, and it's like your soul is being anchored down. You're being weighed down, pulled down, crash. Guys like me, you just don't get it. We're getting stronger as you are getting weaker. It's so pathetic, like that nobody sees this. And the saddest thing of all is I see all of it when I'm training. I notice all of it, and I give it no value. I don't stop to care about it or anything, but I can feel it. I can see it. It's as plain as fucking day, and I could care fucking less about you and what I see. It's absolutely pathetic what I'm noticing. Amazing. I'm so glad that I'm not part of your culture. I'm so glad that I'm finding a way to break free of it. And it's so amazing that the harder you try to break free from it, the more people try to get your attention. It's like when I was dancing, at clubs, and now, okay, you're in a club and you're doing your thing, and somebody will come up to you like you're surprised, like you don't notice who's watching you, and it would agitate me in a while sometimes as well. But it's kind of like that should be a given. If you're in public and in a club, okay, that could happen. But when you're training and running up steps back and forth in a park, why do people have to fucking give, yeah, go, man? Like, why? I don't give a fuck about you. I don't need your applause. I don't need your attention, good or bad. I don't care about you. And you don't want to get to know me. You don't want to get to know me, and I know it. It's the same thing when I go out dancing. It's the same story. This type of people trying to give you their support like it has value or something. Well, I'm going to tell you it doesn't. I don't need it. I don't care because I know what the end result is. It always ends the same and it always will. The only thing is to continually just work on yourself. That's all. And change the dynamic of what the way that and I'm sorry, I don't hate women, I have nothing against it, but this type of like this desperate neediness for pussy, like it's, oh, somebody, I gotta have somebody, I gotta find something. You, because you're needy and desperate, because you're lower value social status, you're lower nothing. That's why you're needy and desperate, because you're nothing. When you work on yourself and you just keep working on yourself and keep working on yourself and keep working on yourself, then you'll realize that most of these women are beneath you. They're not at your level. That's real power. My friend told me a story about Leonardo DiCaprio one time. My friend has a house on, Melrose, whatever. And Leonardo DiCaprio needed a parking space. He couldn't find nothing. So he asked my friend, he said, hey, can I park in your driveway? You're in front of your house. Just gonna go around. And my friend said, yeah, yeah. And he said, and as a favor, like, I'll take you to Sky Bar. We can go together or whatever. And so when he showed up at Sky Bar with Leonardo DiCaprio, the women were like, wow, who the fuck is this guy? They wanted to know my friend because he was with DiCaprio. So my point is that, do you see, like, there are a lot of good looking dudes out there. A lot. It's But Leonardo DiCaprio created Leonardo DiCaprio through years and years, decades of acting, of Johnny Depp, from getting the small roles, to main, to leading, to major movies, to they built value. They built tremendous name, in their craft. It took time, a lot of time, but they put everything in, and they just kill it. It's like you're royalty literally at that point. That's what celebrities are in LA. It's royalty. I'm not saying you should be an actor. I'm not saying, but we're using examples of things. We're looking at, there's so many different things you can do to create a better version of yourself. But the sacrifice, my friend, the sacrifice is a bitch, and most people will not do it. They will not go there. It's the sacrifice is a lot of shit's got to go, a lot, and most people, they will not do it. They will not disconnect from friends. They're not going to disconnect from people. They're not going to disconnect, and that's why they'll never be. They're going to stay treading water, doing the same thing, and I'll just keep watching the patheticness as I exercise and work on myself. The patheticness that I see as the young people that I've noticed all look for the easy, the worthless. It's so amazing. They all are hoping to get something for nothing. The path of least resistance. Yeah. Live and learn. Live and learn. You know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode on the weak mind, and I hope that you do something about yours. I know I'm doing something about mine.